Good YouTube, Quinn Wade coming to y'all with that NBA news, instant basketball analysis on Analysis Playground on YouTube exclusively. There, we're going to talk about Markelle Fultz signing with the Sacramento Kings. Now, this came out of nowhere. A lot of people thought that Markelle Fultz was a bust. He will be out of the league for good. And we knew some team was going to look at it like most teams try to do. He's young. He has potential. He has potential upside. Maybe we can get him inside our locker rooms and our facilities and try to work on his shot, work on his ability to fit in the team. We traded De'Aaron Fox, so we get a point guard that can play the two or the one and be switchable. And it all does sound good when you're talking about it and you're saying it because he has shown that he's an NBA player throughout his career. Now, I'm not saying that he's an all-star or a superstar. You can be a rotation player. You can be a top 8 player. You can be a top 10 player because of injuries. And this year and the last couple years have really been injury-riddled for the NBA. But Markelle Fultz is a guy, when he got legit minutes, he did score in double figures. And I know he didn't do that last year as Jalen Suggs and those guys ended up pushing him out, and they've been having injury problems just like Markelle Fultz have had throughout his career. But he hasn't been able to develop that 3-point shot. We know how important that is to the modern NBA and how the game is played today. But this man can score. He can get to the basket. He can hit mid ranges. He can knock down free throws a little bit. I know his percentage declined, but so did his attempts because he had different roles on teams. But he was able to get to 80% or close to that. And even if you're shooting 75, 77%, most teams will take that because he's not going to be that guy they're building around anymore. He's just a guy that you're going to add into the offense, add into the team, and let him play his game and let him play a role that you already told him about. And that's all you're going to get. This is not Markelle Fultz still being known as a number one pick that can be the future of your franchise, that can really lead your team possibly to a further path. They just looking at it like, we're trying to make the playoffs. We're trying to find a way to keep our depth where we need it to be. We need an extra body. He's the most qualified guy that we can get right now that fits our team and possibly can have a decent role for himself. And this is what Markelle Fultz is going to be. You know, the days of being a superstar, the days of being an all-star are basically gone. You're just basically going to be a guy that they rely on off the bench, and you're not going to be the first one off the bench to be known. But Sacramento, their bench hasn't been that great ever since they put Malik Monk in the starting lineup because that was their bench. And I know that they made some moves in the trade deadline and stuff like that. And Zach LaVine is there now, and I think that makes sense because they need scoring to continue to try to be a playoff team. I know that people say, well, they should be trying to blow it up because they're not going to win nothing anyway. Some teams and organizations just like to be competitive. They like the fact that they're a playoff team. You never know what's going to happen in the playoffs until you lace them up and play the games, and the game ends and the series ends. But right now, this is a minor move. It's not going to be considered a big move. I know he has a lot of negative things coming with his name because he is a guy that didn't live up to the hype. He didn't become an all-star. He has so many different reasons why he couldn't play. He missed games. He missed seasons. And it just became a big mess for him throughout his career. But I'm a guy that's an analyst. I think he can still knock down shots. He can still get to the basket. He can still rebound. He's a good rebounder for his position. He's an okay passer for his decision and for his role to just be another body that you can throw out there for the position that is a need right now for the Sacramento Kings. It makes sense that they will give him this opportunity, and it's only a flyer. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We're not locked down to him. We're not loyal to him. This is a business move. It makes sense to give him this opportunity in their personal opinion. And if this is the guy they want to go with, he still can try out for a team. He still can show these teams what he can do. Hopefully he can stay healthier. Hopefully his arm isn't the problem anymore because that was holding him hostage and his career just dwindled because of that. But other than that, Markelle Fultz has legit size, legit wingspan, legit athleticism to still play the position. People forget Markelle Fultz is only 26 years old. It's not like he's 30. It's not like he's 32. Like, this is a guy that if things work out for him, they can give him a 2-year deal. They can give him a 3-year deal for a couple million, and he can hang around in the NBA just because of his age and his body type and his touch. If he can still do those small things that he showed in Orlando, this can be him taking his craft more serious, knowing that his NBA career could be legitimately over if this doesn't work out. Like, he basically hasn't played one game this entire season, and the season is already past the halfway point, and the team now is giving him a chance. So it's showing you that he ain't got that much interest, and he has to play like his life depends on it, because if not, this could be the last that we see of Markelle Fultz being in the NBA. But if he's not good enough, it is what it is. He still got drafted. He still was the number one pick. He still got paid millions of dollars. His dream came true to play in the NBA, and most of our dreams don't come true playing for the NBA because it's just that hard to make it. It's just not that realistic for most of us to be able to make it. And he still has that third chance. I feel like Orlando gave him that second chance after Philly, and the third chance is going to be Sacramento. But a lot of teams do talk themselves in to giving guys contracts. They talk themselves into situations, and this is a low move. Like, this is a low gamble. You're not really giving up anything significant but a roster spot. And if he able to earn it and show that he can still play and still compete at the highest level, all I can say is it makes sense for him in the organization. So I will tell people as I'm done, because y'all know if y'all been on this channel, I've been a supporter of Markelle Fultz. I thought he should have been the number one pick, and I'm happy that we have Jason Tatum. I'm happy that Tatum is on our team, and I wouldn't have reversed that trade or anything like that. You go for the bigger guy that's skilled and that can score, and Tatum has proven to be an MVP championship caliber guy. And Markelle Fultz, that means I gotta hate him. That means I ain't gotta like him, and we won the trade anyway. But I still respect them as a person that used to be highly touted at one point. And I like the fact that he hasn't gave in. He still feels like he can contribute to a team. He feels like this is just a stepping stone to get his career back on track and to put his name back out there. And Orlando really believed that he can be that guy for the future for them. And they gave up a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of money to see if he can turn his career around too. So if this is, they always say 3 strikes you're out. This could be the last time we see Markelle Fultz in an NBA team, or in an NBA uniform, I should say. And I know a lot of people gonna watch this video and say he's a bum and he's done, or he's a bust and he's this or that. Even though a lot of that stuff is true, and this didn't go the way that he wanted it to go, it's just how life can be sometimes. But you got to be thankful for the opportunity to be able to prove yourself again. It's just like trying out for a new team that you know that can cut you any single day, even if you're doing your job. And I feel like like missing this entire year was a wake up call for him to let him know you got to go harder, you got to focus more, you got to try more, because your opportunity window is slowly closing, and there's nothing you can really do about it besides put in more work. And that's all I can really say for him, is that I'm still rooting for him. Hopefully he can figure things out. Hopefully things can work out for him like they have done in this contract signing. But man, the NBA can be very harsh and it can be cutthroat, and we all know that. And if he's willing to continue to live that NBA lifestyle, and he feels like he got some left in the tank, and he still have the love and the devotion to the game, maybe this can be a situation that can extend his career another couple years as he's still in his mid-20s, and maybe he can turn it around a little bit too, and possibly even be a starter in the future for another team. But if he doesn't, at least he was able to get back on the roster and still show that he can still play at an NBA level, and that's why he got the opportunity. But other than that, this is going to be something that's must see for me and must watch for me, because I really want to see what's been going to hold him back or what's going to bring him forward this year. As I'm a guy that's like, man, that guy in college and high school was the real deal. And he had some unfortunate situations that happened to his body and that happened to his career. And I really love seeing him play in college and high school. I thought he was the guy that was really going to take over the NBA to a certain extent. but the injuries really took apart his career early, and we're going to see if he can put those pieces and those things back together enough to make a decent type of career like he was showing in Orlando. But he's going to need more work ethic. He's going to need to try harder, and he's going to need to get that jump shot back. And he's going to have to earn it all over again, because this is the situation that he put himself in, and his body did too. It's unfortunate. It happens to most of us. It happened to all of us. Only so many people can make it, and at least he can say he did that. Other than that, this is looking like one of the worst stories in NBA history for a number one pick. And we know they got Anthony Bennett. That's still probably the worst one in the recent drafts. But after that, Markelle Fultz is not too much far down that list. He's going to be one of the worst number one picks in NBA history, because that's all I hear most of the time when they talk about him. Let me know how y'all feel about him. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know if y'all think he can turn it around. Can he still be a great contributor? Can he be a role player? Is his star days over? Or you think that now that the shoulder thing ain't a problem and they tested him, do you think that he can become a starter again and possibly be an all-star? Or do you think it's just a fantasy? The Kings couldn't get nobody better that wanted to come, and they just went with the guy that still was available? Or do you feel like y'all couldn't get a good point guard in the trade, so you get the best point guard available in free agency and ride with that? There's nothing really crazy over it. It's just one roster spot in a couple thousand, and that's it. The guy's already rich. His goals are already accomplished. He just didn't want to give up on his career at 26. I like it. I respect it. Let's see what happens. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell for more analysis. And if you're new to the channel, I do conversation videos just like this in different variety. I also do breakdowns with real footage of legends, current legends, rookies, future stars, and also mock draft and draft coverage. And if you want to get to know me a little bit more or see something different than I do, my social medias are on my channel. My email is on my channel if you want to do some work or collaborate or do something like that. And not only that, y'all stay blessed. Y'all continue to enjoy your work week. Enjoy your weekend as it's almost here. And I will continue to make as much videos as I can, because this is what I do for a living. Y'all love watching and hearing what I got to say. I love making a video that's a 50-50 of why the channel been around for 10 plus years. Let's make 2025 better than 2015. We're getting off to a great start. Let's continue it. And to everybody that's new, welcome to the family. Welcome to my fan base. I basically make videos 7 days a week. Every single day I put out multiple videos too. So if you love NBA content, you really want to get a lot of it, this may be the perfect channel for you. Other than that, I'm going for now. Let me know y'all what y'all feel about Markelle Fultz's career and where it can go from here.